You're listening to All Things Sports with Mike Davis.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another podcast of All Things Sports with Mike Davis. I thank you for including my podcast into your day. If you're listening on Spotify, follow the podcast. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. Make sure you go to the Facebook page to get in contact with the show for comments or suggestions. I won't take up much more of your time. Let's get into it. All right, so today I wanted to touch on Blake Griffin, but, you heard the big story, of course. You should have heard it by now. Him signing with the New Jersey. I keep saying New Jersey. The Brooklyn Nets, but I'm not going to get into that. I will discuss that on another podcast as breaking news coming out tonight. Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys has agreed to a 4-year, $160 million deal. Big news. Big news. All right, now the thing is, the contract is worth $126 million, but the $126 million is guaranteed money. Now it can reach a total of 164 with incentives included into the contract. Now the Cowboys announced this on Monday afternoon that it had agreed to a new contract with its star quarterback and will reveal more details about the contract in a Wednesday afternoon press conference. Now, Dak played 5 games before suffering a season-ending ankle injury against the New York Giants this season. Prescott was coming off of a fast start, completing 68% of his passes for 1,800 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Now, you look at what he did the previous year before, that unfortunate injury happened. In 2019, he threw for a little over 4,900 yards. So he threw for 4,900 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 picks. Starter numbers to me. Great starter numbers to me. Now, I want you to take a look at this. My thoughts on this, Dak Prescott won. Dak won his Super Bowl. He got his money. He wanted to, I think Dallas wanted to get him for get him in for 5 years. He didn't want that. He wanted all of his money, 4 years, no more than 4, because he wanted to become a free agent again and be able to get one more payday. And I'm not mad at him. Look, anybody, get your money. I don't care if you're a professional athlete, if you're working at some fast food joint, if you're doing construction, if you're a teacher, if you're attending bar, whatever, get your money. So I'm not upset at all that the guy got his money. But I saw something that was interesting where he's signing the deal for $126 million over 4 years. Tony Romo made $125 million in the 14 years playing for the Dallas Cowboys. So, look, big ups to Dak Prescott. Shout out to him. Something else I also saw, 14 game-winning drives in his first 3 seasons, which is the most by any quarterback through 3 seasons since the 1960 season. Look, at the end of the day, like I just told you guys, I like the deal. I have no problem with it. It's a quarterback market. And I was seeing some things where I saw a lot of Cowboy fans, they don't really like the deal. It kind of sometimes it holds a team handicap when you're talking about the cap space and they have to pay all this money to this guy in such a little amount of time. Now, I will say if Dak is going to get this money, he's got to produce. He's only been to the playoffs, I believe, 2 times, I believe. I believe he's been to the playoffs 2 times. I think 3 games, but 2 times he's been to the playoffs. Excuse me. But he's going to have to win. When the team is especially playing for a guy like Jerry Jones. I thought Jerry Jones was really going to hold firm, you know. And honestly, I wanted to see Dak Prescott leave because I felt that they disrespected him from the jump. You know, you might not like Dak, but you have to understand quarterbacks just don't grow on trees, especially starting quarterbacks. They just don't grow on trees in the National Football League. Look at the nonsense the Denver Broncos are going through trying to find a starter. I mean, they've been trying to replace what's the guy? Cutler. Oh, well, I take that back. They got Manning. Manning came in, won a Super Bowl there. So take Cutler out of the picture. They've been trying to replace Manning since he retired and won a Super Bowl in Denver. Look at the hell that the New Orleans Saints are about to go through. They're going to be looking for a quarterback because honestly, I don't believe in Hill. I don't believe in him at all. I think he's just a gimmicky quarterback who just happened to be in the right situation at the right time. And teams, you can pull the wool over teams' eyes 1 year and let those defensive coordinators have a year of tape on you, and they will figure you out. So I don't know what they're doing with Jameis Winston, but they might want to start getting the guy up to par on playing quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. But I'm just saying, look at those teams. Look at the Jets. The Jets are ready to move on from Sam Darnold. So now they're going to go through a whole other situation where they're looking for another quarterback. Look at the situation down in Miami. Look at what they're going through with their quarterback situation. You have Tua, who you just drafted in the first round. And, there's rumor that the Dolphins might be looking to ship him out. And then they have an old QB in Fitzpatrick. So look at that situation. So I'm not mad at the Cowboys for giving Dak this money. I understand that you have some fans who are mad. They don't like the deal. I get it, but at the end of the day, it's the quarterback's market. And, he wanted to be in a situation where he's one of the top paid QBs for at least the next 4 years. And then when that deal is up, if he produces the way he has been, he's up for another, it's probably going to be his last big payday. Because let's be honest, he's going to have another payday after. If he produces the way he's been producing, he's going to be up for another big payday at the end of 4 years. And this is one of those things where Dak won this thing because a 4-year deal, he's going to play that out. He'll play out 4 seasons. You don't really see guys playing out their contracts in the NFL because they sign into these 5-year deals. And quarterbacks, they just don't really make it that long once they finally get their big payday. But, times are changing now because quarterbacks are playing longer, So this is one of the reasons why guys like Matt Ryan has been able to sign $100 million deals. They're playing longer. Aaron Rodgers. Look at the money Pat Mahomes got from Kansas City. That's one of the reasons why Kansas City gave him the money that they gave him. Just take this and we don't want to have to deal with this for a long time. Just keep producing and we're fine. And, Dak Prescott is betting on himself where, he doesn't want to sign a long-term deal like that, but he's betting on himself that he's going to be the quarterback that he has been in the past for the next 4 years. And then he's going to come back to the table, and probably not even the next 4. I give it the next 3. In the next 3 years, he's going to be looking for a new deal, So shout out to my man Dak Prescott. He won his Super Bowl, the Super Bowl of contracts, and he ended up getting his money. I like the deal. I have no problem. I don't have a problem when guys get their money. It is what it is. All right, so before I get out of here, I want to say this day in sports. 1930, Babe Ruth signed a 2-year contract for $160,000 with the New York Yankees. Now, general manager of the Yankees at that time, Ed Barrow, wrongly predicted that no one will ever be paid more than Babe Ruth. I'm here to tell you, you hear that laugh, right? Oh, man. Just this year, Trevor Bauer, former pitcher of the, not former pitcher, but pitcher formerly of the Cincinnati Reds, now with the Los Angeles Dodgers, just inked a 3-year, $102 million deal with the Dodgers. So much for your no one will ever make more than Babe Ruth. Also in 1971, Joe Frazier, he ends Muhammad Ali's 31-fight winning streak at Madison Square Garden in New York. Retained the heavyweight boxing title by unanimous points decisions, over 15 rounds, and the fight of the century. One last thing before I get out of here. My RP, Red Pill, comment of the day: all relationships are transactional. Never forget that, guys. You don't pay that rent, see how long she stays with you. Oh, wow. Hey, look, that's all I got for you today, folks. I thank you for including my podcast into your day. If you're listening on Spotify, follow the podcast. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. Go to the podcast, go to the Facebook page and get in contact with the show for comments or any suggestions. You've been listening to All Things Sports with Mike Davis. And remember, it's your world. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm out. Peace.
You're listening to All Things Sports with Mike Davis.